What is up, guys? It is the Sports Sir Bradley Walker, and welcome to the Walker Report, part of In the Zone Sports Talk Radio, part of NGSC Sports, guys. Remember the website. It's ngscsports.com for all your current sports content. Happy Thursday, guys. Welcome in. It was a very exciting weekend for me. I'll get into that later on in the show. But we are sponsored by CreatingZenSpaces.com. The local choice in St. Petersburg, Florida for house cleaning, organization, decluttering, and pet sitting. It's about finding the peace with you and adding comfort to your life. And guys, remember, Zen Spaces begins with you. Be kind to yourself and one another. We are also sponsored by Garrett's Carrots Designer Jewelry and Luxury Accessories. Illuminate your inner self. Shatter the trendy norms and open your world to a newfound level of confidence and admiration. Garrett's Carrots Designer Jewelry and Luxury Accessories. All right, guys, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Let me bring on my two co-hosts. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
How's it going, guys?
It's going.
Could be better.
Yeah, I know I'm wearing a USF Bulls hat, and yes, I know they lost to the Florida Gators, but it was a hell of a
They gave them a game.
Yeah.
And I had a absolute fun. I mean, it was so fun to be there. First road game to cover USF. Couldn't have asked for a better venue.
Couldn't ask for a better game.
And the game was great, too. I think all the way around, I think USF took steps in the right direction now. Hopefully they can apply those steps this week against Louisville and get a win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say they're going to win, but at least, it's a possibility if they can somehow pull it off. But it was a great weekend overall. I enjoyed driving there. I want to thank Ralph Garcia and John Duquette, I think it's his last name, of NGSC Sports. Thank you, Lou. Those guys, helped me out with getting accommodations, so I appreciate that. But the game was great, and I would definitely do it again, and I'm going to try to cover the bowl games here in the state of Florida, the ones that the website applies for. And I'm thinking next year I'm going to go ahead and do some Rays baseball. I was sitting at the Rays game the other night, and I might go ahead and do some Rays baseball. And I'm thinking, if you didn't see my post today, I'm taking a shot at the Frozen Four next year in April, the hockey. John messaged me today and says, you got 5 months worth of homework to do. I said, I have to start watching college hockey and start writing articles on college hockey if they're going to, bring me on. So, we'll see how that goes. Good evening, Justin. That's my neighbor here, guys. I'll show you all the comments. I kind of like to show you guys everything.
Justin.
And that's my neighbor. That's the one who has the photography credit to USF. So, the games with me. Yeah. So, guys, how was your week? Everything going well? Nothing out of the ordinary? Everyone doing well health-wise and everything?
Well,
I'm pretty good.
Okay. Lou, go ahead.
Well, I don't know if you mentioned on the air or not.
Okay. It's okay if you don't want to. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
I got it.
Guys, I have, the normal topics to talk about. Do you guys want to start with NASCAR and F1? Because the F1 schedule came out the other day. The first thing in NASCAR I see is Kyle Larson extended his contract with Hendrick Motorsports. Is that correct?
Indeed.
From what I've heard, yes.
Okay. That's that one. And then, so now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty now to
nitty-gritty, baby.
The playoffs here. Let's see. So are they going? Where are they at now? Are they in Texas?
Texas.
So it's Texas, Talladega, and then Charlotte, right? Roval?
Yep.
Charlotte, Roval. Okay. 3 races. These playoffs have seen fire and rain both at Darlington and much, much more. Okay. So are those the next 3 races on the docket?
Yep.
Anybody that you Bud, favored to take those 3 races or have a shot at
Texas? I like your usual suspects: Larson, Elliott, Logano, Harvick. Hamlin.
Yeah.
Texas is a wild card, and the Roval's a wild card. I guess the odds-on favorite at the Roval has to be Chase.
Right. Sorry about that.
Oh no, that's okay. No, that's fine. Of course, we'll have to wait and see. That's just motorsports for you. Hard to handicap them.
Yeah.
Do they bet on them? Do they bet on races? They bet on
everything.
Sure.
They have odds, right, for the drivers of who wins and stuff like that.
Yeah. The odds for Texas, I would imagine Larson probably has the best odds.
Has he won there before?
I think so.
It says right here, so far, before the round of 12, that Chase Elliott has the most points. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Elliott, Logano, Chastain, Larson, Byron, Hamlin, Bell, and Blaney are the top 8. And then it's Briscoe, Bowman, Suarez, and Hendrick are the last 4. Are those 4 out, or is that been determined?
Yeah, they're the 4. They're the last 4. They're the last 4.
They're the last 4. Okay.
On the outside. Yeah, they're outside looking in right now as we head to Texas.
Gotcha. Okay.
Chris Buescher is at 100-1. Those are good odds.
Yeah.
Dylan at 101. Kozlowski at 100-1. Good odds. Briscoe at 66-1 is good odds. Jones at 66-1. I wouldn't bet on Suarez. Bowman at 20. Bowman's getting 20-1. Harvick's 18-1. I'd put money on that. That'd be a bet that I'd make. Riddick's getting 14-1. Byron's getting 12-1. Truex is getting 12-1. Blaney's at 10-1. Busch is 9-1. So is Chastain. Bell's getting 8-1. Elliott's getting 8-1. Larson's getting 7-1. And Hamlin's getting 6-1. But Hamlin has the best odds at 6-1 right now.
Okay. So 6-1.
Yeah. It's a long race though. 500 miles. So.
Yeah.
And that's what, if you bet every $6, you get $1 back. Is that? Or I got
for every dollar you bet, you win $6.
$6. Okay.
Yeah, 6-1.
Deal.
Yeah. If you bet 100,
$600 back.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. So like you said, so now they're in Texas, and then they go to Talladega. One of the premier tracks there. I think that's the biggest track in NASCAR, right? Is Talladega.
It is.
And that's one of the 3 restrictor plate races, right? Daytona, Talladega, and what's the other one that's
Atlanta.
Okay.
Atlanta. Charlotte, okay.
No, Charlotte's not a restrictor plate race.
Okay.
A couple years ago in the
Okay, so let us go, guys, to the F1 season calendar. Came out earlier this week. 24 races, I think, is a record according to the BBC. That's what
it sounds about right. Yeah.
This is from the BBC. A record 24 race calendar has been confirmed by Formula One governing body for the 2023 season. They will start the season, and again, if I'm pronouncing these cities incorrectly, bear with me because I'm, is it Bahrain, Sukar? I'm not even really sure if that's Saudi Arabia, Australia, China, Azerbaijan,
Azerbaijan,
Miami, Emilia Romagna, Monaco, Spain, Canada, Austria, the United Kingdom, Hungary, Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, Singapore, Japan, Qatar, USA, that's in Texas, Mexico, Brazil, Las Vegas, and Abu Dhabi is where they end the season. Okay. That's cool. Is that it, or is there more than that?
Abu Dhabi.
That's it.
Okay. So that's not bad. So their season's almost over, or they win a whole month.
Yeah,
They call it.
They have 5 races left.
5 races left. Okay.
6. Sorry, 6. 6 races
Six.
left.
All right.
Gerald. Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Not much.
So 6 races to go in the 2022 season, and then the 2023 season kicks off in March 5th. Kicks off the F1 season next year in 2023. Okay, cool.
Right on.
Like I said, I'm trying to learn a little bit more about motorsports, NASCAR, F1.
And we're gonna have,
So am I.
and we're gonna have a member from that's on my show to come over and join up with us on here.
Sounds good.
His
Sounds
name
good.
is James Holder,
Okay.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
and I just sent him the link.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead. I know we don't talk about this very often, and some people find it boring, but golf is going on. The President's Cup started today. The United States
Okay.
3 points to 1 after day 1 of 4-ball matches.
Nice.
If you don't know, the President's Cup, guys, is the United States versus everybody outside of Europe. So
Which
the
pretty
Ryder,
much
the Ryder Cup is everyone inside the United Kingdom against the United States, and then when it's the President's Cup, it's the United States versus everybody outside the United Kingdom. So Canada, Australia, Japan, China, Russia, however you want to play it out. Yeah, everywhere else on the planet, you can have that way. But the United States is up 3 points to 1 after the first 4-ball. They'll have another 4-ball tomorrow, and then they'll play a singles on Saturday. So it's not like at the Ryder Cup where it ends on Sunday. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I thought it started tomorrow, but I guess I was mistaken. I thought it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because you don't really see that.
Yeah, Lou,
Yeah,
because the Ryder Cup is set up Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
The President's Cup is set up a different way. But yeah, yep.
The one I lost track.
And when 9/11 happened in 2001, the Ryder Cup usually happened in odd years. But when that happened, it went back to the even years. Then when the pandemic hit us in 2020, it went back to the odd years. Now the
And when the
President's
zombie apocalypse hits, it's going to be another verse again.
The Ryder Cup is in another thing. It'll go back to the even years, but next year the Ryder Cup is in Rome. They're playing in Rome.
Okay.
So they're.
I mean, that's after the zombie apocalypse.
Can someone ask who's? Don't forget to share. Who is? Don't forget to share. Who just said that? Is that Kevin? I'm assuming that's
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh.
He wants us to share our show to an In the Zone page after we do every show.
I can do that. I can do that.
I just shared mine.
Cool. I can do that. That is no problem.
The In the Zone page, right?
Yeah. He wants
hang on
the.
for a minute. Yeah,
Isn't
it's In the Zone. It's the letter N, THE Zone Sports.
Oh no. He says to do it now. Well, how the heck do I do it now? How do you do that? I don't know how to do that.
From the Facebook group?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, cool. Thanks, bud. Because I don't know how to do that. I'm as lost as could be.
Now, do you have your show tied in with your Facebook group?
The Walker Page Facebook group, yeah. Not my. I used to do on my individual one, but I'm getting more people viewing it on here than I was on my individual page. Because if you're not my friend, you can't see it. Or if you're a member of the page, which I try to add everybody that's interested, so that they can come on and watch it. And it looks like too that Phil Mickelson wants the Live and PGA Tours to come together. I don't know when that's going to happen. But,
Never.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, that's really much. I think the only golf news I have is that the President's Cup. I was talking to my roommate today. I said, I think Liv's doing good for golf because we're actually sitting here talking about it. We wouldn't be talking about golf had it not been for the Live Tour.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are wondering who the United States players are and who the international players are, I'm going to give them to you right now. The United States players are Sam Burns, Patrick Cantlay, Tony Finau, Max Homa, Billy Horschel, Kevin Kisner, Colin Morikawa, Xander Schauffele, number 1 player in the world, Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, and Cameron Young. The international stars are Christian Bendenhout, Corey Connors, Cameron Davis, Soonja Im, Siwoo Kim, Tom Kim, K.H. Lee, Hideki Matsuyama, Sebastian Munoz, Taylor Pendrith, Mito Pereira, and Adam Scott are your international players.
Adam Scott, is that American? I thought he was.
I'm sorry?
I thought Adam Scott was American.
He's Australian. He's from Australia.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, he's from Australia. Yeah, he's an Aussie.
He's an Aussie.
I think, Lou, and you can look it up, I think he was the first Australian to win the Masters.
True.
Norman never won it. He choked it away a couple times. So
yeah, I know.
So I guess Kevin said he will do a tutorial on how to do it. I don't know how to share it from Facebook page to Facebook page. I guess I could add the In the Zone Sports thing too, but I think I can only do it from one on here until I upgrade my StreamYard account. Cool.
That's what I'm asking him. I'm asking him, you mean the live video?
Yeah, he wants the live video. He wants live video in there. He doesn't want the after show thing. He wants it. I guess. He's the boss. I do what the boss says.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me.
I do what the boss says.
Oh, I know what to do. Give me one second. Okay, share. More options.
I don't know how
Yeah.
to share live video unless it's added to, like,
Right.
Astro Game Winner Sports Talk Show. It's tied into my Facebook group.
Yes.
And I shared the link for it.
I don't know how to add another page or another group.
Share a group.
Hey, Luke, answer me a question because I have an article about the United States men's national team. It says, this is a Los Angeles Times article by Kevin Baxter. This was wrote a couple days ago. It says, Qatar does not seem ready for the World Cup. Is there issues with the hosting city for the World Cup? I mean, I haven't heard anything about it until now.
I haven't heard anything about it either. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, there's 2 months to go, and now they're saying they're not ready for it. I mean,
yeah. Let me because I haven't read this article yet. It says,
now you tell us.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, now you tell us you're not ready. 2 months to go before you actually have it.
Yeah, it says, hello and welcome to the LA Times Soccer Newsletter. I'm Kevin Baxter, the Times Soccer writer. But today we look at the final training camp for the injury-hampered men's national team ahead of its first World Cup in 8 years at LAFC's clinching home field advantage for the Western Conference playoffs and the Galaxy's push just to get into the postseason and a record-setting night for Angel City and the National Women's Soccer League. But we start in Qatar, where the final test event of this fall's World Cup was held this month, and to call it a disaster would be a massive understatement. Single game was marred by logistics, snafus, long lines, a lack of water, faulty cooling systems, and other problems, casting doubt about Qatar's ability to stage a full month-long 64-game World Cup tournament this fall. So there's the issue. So they have issues with the match drew nearly 78,000, slightly less than capacity, but it still was the largest crowd for a soccer match in Qatari history. Wow, I didn't know that. Ambulance, whose drivers had passes for lots that didn't exist, made multiple trips around the city looking for places to park, while the Dole News and English language daily said fans who drove to the game were directed to distant lots where shuttle buses would be waiting to take to the stadium, but the buses never showed, forcing fans to walk more than 45 minutes in 95-degree temperatures. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Once they got to the stadium, people had to wait in long lines for mandatory checks of the COVID-19. Must show to enter public facilities in Qatar. Many fans took to social media with a lack of organization. So I guess what's going on, guys, is it comes down to looks like they're not doing very, very well as far as getting everything set up for the World Cup. When is the World Cup start? When's the World Cup start? In
November 20th.
Oh, no, Jesus, November. That's right around the corner. That's going to be here before you know it. Holy cow. Okay. So they don't have a lot of time to get it corrected before everything starts up. Wow.
Better get your act together, people.
Yep, they're going to have to get something going. Because and wasn't it?
You call me slow.
Didn't FIFA guarantee Qatar that World Cup? I mean, wasn't there some kind of controversy about that? Mm-hmm. There was some kind of controversy about that they.
He's back.
Qatar was able to hold it. So maybe they were right. Maybe they were right at that.
Maybe
point.
They were right.
It's a possibility that they may have been correct on that front.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope the United States gets past the opening round and gets into the tournament. I'm not saying they're going to win the thing, but at least get past the qualifying round.
At least we made it.
Yeah.
And get into the dang thing. I mean, that would be outstanding because our women's team seems to do very well, but our men's team is not that good.
Yeah.
I'm watching the Virginia Tech West Virginia game on ESPN. There's 65,632 people in Va-Tech in Blacksburg. It's a sellout for the Hokies. Of course,
Hokie.
One of the coolest intros in all of college football with the Enter Sandman song playing on the speakers.
Yes.
Blacksburg. That's one of the coolest. I got to witness Tom Petty's song "Don't Back Down" at the Gator game on Saturday that night, and everybody had their phones out and they're waving the phones. It was pretty damn cool. But I don't know. Would I be allowed to share the videos, guys, of both teams coming out of the tunnel? Do you think we'll get copyrighted for that?
We probably get copyrighted.
It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. They were on my page, but I like to show everybody that didn't see them. But I can't. I'll share them on the group page. That way we don't get copyright hit for them.
Sounds good.
We probably would because the universities would say that otherwise. How's it going in the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game?
Still tied at 0. Pittsburgh's punting.
Okay.
Well, no. Started.
No.
Oh, it hasn't started yet. Oh, that's right. Because that's 8:30. Okay.
It just started.
I just didn't feel like changing my TV, my Amazon Fire Stick. That I'd say I'll watch some college football tonight.
I gotta get one of those.
It's worth it. It's worth it, Luke.
I gotta save my streaming app for Thursday night games will work on my tablet because last week it was acting stupid.
Yeah. Everyone was having issues last week there.
So I saw, Lou, in the NBA that they're lowering the NBA draft age. Did you know anything about that?
Yeah, I think it's
could impact college.
There's 19, if I'm not mistaken.
19?
Yeah. Of course, that means that the college can hurt the college game though as well.
It's going to hurt the college game, I think, more than anything.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
It looks like the owner, Robert Sarver, who owns the Sons of Mercury, is on the cusp of selling both franchises.
Yeah,
I think I heard that on the radio this morning.
There's a lot of sponsorships are going to say, if he's going to come back, we're pulling out. Even PayPal even said that last week. They said, if you're coming back, see you.
Well, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm surprised that FedEx still sponsors the Commanders because they were going to pull their sponsorship unless he changed the name from the Redskins. Because that's what they said, that either you're going to pull it or we're going to pull our multi-billion-dollar sponsorship out of you. So once it hit him in the pocket, he decided to change it. He decided to change the name.
Like, second thought.
Yeah,
right.
Let me go ahead and I'm going to go. Go ahead.
After careful consideration.
Yes.
Here, this is CBS Sports ranking the top 100 NBA players.
Okay.
Do you want me to guys go through the whole list, or do you want me just to kind of go through where the good players stand?
Make it the top 20.
Yeah, I was saying top 25 is what I was thinking.
Top 25. Okay, so the top 25 are as follows. It would start with Drew Holiday of Milwaukee. Pascal Siakam is 24. 23 is Chris Middleton.
Mm-hmm.
Number 22 is Donovan Mitchell.
Good choice.
21 is James Harden. Number 20 is Karl Anthony Towns. 19 is Jaylen Brown. 18 is Chris Paul. 17 is Zion Williamson.
Too high.
16 is Anthony Davis. 15 is Devin Booker. 14 is Trae Young. 13 is Damian Lillard. Number 12 is John Morant. 11 is Paul George. 10 is Jimmy Butler. 9 is Jason Tatum. 8 is Kawhi Leonard. 7 is LeBron James. 6 is Joel Embiid. 5 is Luka Doncic. 4 is the Joker. 5 is Kevin Durant. Or, I'm sorry, 3 is Kevin Durant. My apologies. 2 is Stephen Curry. And number 1 is Giannis.
Of course.
So those are the top 25 in the NBA. How CBS ranks the top 25. How do you pronounce his last name? Antetokounmpo or Antetokounmpo? I don't even know how to pronounce his last name.
Right. I just say Kuka.
Yeah, I just say Giannis. Just go by his.
Greek freak.
Go by his first name. Just go by his first name.
I call him the Greek freak.
We call it too.
Did you hear about that coach of the Boston Celtics got himself into some hot water?
I think he's going to be out for the year, Gerald, from what I've been reading online about him. They're going to suspend him for a year. So he's married, and then the woman that he cheated on with is also married. So you're going to have 2 ruined marriages, and he's going to get. And the funny thing is,
stupid.
I don't think Boston would have been in the finals had it not been for him.
Yes. That's the idiot of the week right there. The coach of the Celtics is the idiot of the week.
Yeah,
I'll put that on my show.
Yeah, it's a shame. It really is because, no offense, but the city of Boston's getting hit. The Red Sox are having a down year. You never know what you're going to get out of the Patriots. The Celtics were the only thing that were going. I mean, Boston's getting older. The Bruins are getting a little older in the tooth. So, speaking of one of their players, what's his name is retiring. Chara's retiring. So he's one of the long signed a one day contract with the Bruins to retire. And PK Subban is also retiring. I saw both of those. Both players are retiring at the before the season starts back up. Which preseason starts in the next weeks. This Saturday preseason starts. Okay. I know the Lightning open up against the Rangers on the road in New York. So it's a rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals. Our home opener is not till the 18th of October, and I will be there. I will be there to see our boys come back on the ice. But I'll be watching when is the Ranger game? Let me check that real quick.
Okay.
Let me see real quick. There's an article, guys, I wanted to share, too, about Brett Favre. It just popped up on my phone right before
He's coming back again?
No, he's in trouble for I think he kind of – it's like $70 million in
he stole money he stole money from a charity.
Yeah, $71 million in charity money that was supposed to go to welfare people that need the money more than anybody else, and they ended up, ended up taking it, I guess, from what I'm gathering.
You don't need the money.
Yeah. He doesn't need the money, and even if he did, it's not right to do it.
Lou, that gives us 2 idiots of the week.
Yeah, which one's the? But it has to come down to which one's the bigger idiot. I'll leave it up to you.
Good question.
Tell me on Saturday, Gerald.
Actually, the Lightning start their preseason on Tuesday of next week, the 27th against Carolina. The Ranger game is on Tuesday, October. I'll be on vacation. It's the day after Columbus Day. Tuesday, October 11th is when the season begins on that day. And then we go. It's the Rangers, the Blue Jackets, then the Penguins. Then we're home against Philadelphia. Then we are on the road in Sunrise to play the Panthers, and the Islanders are here.
So, October 11th is 9 days before my birthday.
The 20th?
Yep.
My mom's birthday is the 13th. So
I turned a big 4-9.
Last year being 40. That's how someone told me the other day. Last year being 40. I'll be 39 in 8 days.
Well,
So
actually, I'm going to pull a Jack Benny and say I'm 39 and holding.
There you go. I like that. Yeah, next Thursday, next Friday is my 39th birthday.
Brad, piece of advice: the older you get, the more you're gonna start feeling it.
Oh no, I can.
Tell me about it.
Okay, what is up? Who is flicking me off? I didn't say
Ray.
That's probably Rich.
I didn't say anything negative. I haven't even said a word about the Seminoles. I'm not going to say anything negative about them anyway. They're 3-0. And he's already flicking me off. Okay.
He does me the same way on my show. I just laugh about it and.
It is what it is. Whatever, man.
Yes, it is. It is.
And so the big boxing match over the weekend, Cano defeated Triple G by unanimous decision. Did anybody watch the fight?
I missed the fight.
That was and then did I read something about they're going to have a McGregor Mayweather 2?
Possible.
I saw that pop up the other day that they're that's a possibility that they're going to be doing that.
I don't think Mayweather wants to go up against McGregor again.
It's
McGregor.
It all comes down to it's a payday. It's a payday anyway for both of them. They're both past their prime, so they're. McGregor's not a boxer anyway. He's an MMA fighter, and he's been shunning fights for a while. From what I've seen and read, they want him to come back, and he doesn't want to come back and face certain people because he knows he's going to get beat.
That's why I said Mayweather may not want to face McGregor again because of him being that way.
Mayweather will win that fight hands down. I mean, he'll win that fight again. He won the first one. Hands down, he'll win the second one.
Sure.
Hey,
but I don't know if you guys saw it last night or not, but Paige is now in the AEW. I don't know if you saw that on YouTube.
I've seen that. When she came out, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, looking at TV, I'm like, she looks familiar.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And when the camera got closer, I'm like, Now, here's my only concern about this. Her neck. She's got to watch that neck.
Well, here's the thing, Joe. She may have come out. It may not be that she's going to be in the ring right away. She has to be cleared by. She had the same surgery that Edge had, and Edge is back. It just took years for that to finally.
Yeah, but you got to look at it this way. 2 different people.
True. I agree with you. But also look at what's his name in hockey who played for the Sabres now plays for the Knights. They was their first overall pick or their second pick. He was picked behind Connor McDavid. I don't remember the kid's name. He had the same kind of fusion surgery that they don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then why does his name Connor McDavid? No, that's Connor McDavid. Who was the other one that was drafted behind McDavid? Oh, now I'm gonna have to look it up.
Leon Draisaitl?
Why are you doing that?
Not Draisaitl. Who was
got
picked?
Here about the injury that Trey Lance took.
broke his ankle.
Hopkins.
Yeah.
Same injury that Dak Prescott.
Like I said before, it's an epidemic.
No, it's the field. It's that artificial
Yeah, I
turf.
know. Yeah, I'm not big on AstroTurf anyway.
Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel's
Yeah,
the
Jack Eichel.
Eichel had that same kind of surgery. The Sabres didn't want him to have it. Then he got traded, and Vegas let him have it.
Yeah.
And So, yeah. So,
This
again,
game right here so far is
Yeah.
a good game going in. Almost the end of the first. It's still 0-0.
got you. 7-3. Tech's up 7-3 over West Virginia with 10:13 left in the second quarter. So they just started the second quarter, a little bit midway through the second quarter. According
And
to
Pittsburgh is going to try a field goal.
what I've read, AEW's rating viewership is up, which is, I guess, good for them. I don't think that's good for the WWE, but it is good for AEW fans.
No good. No good. Field goal attempt, no good.
No good. Okay.
Okay.
It's going to be a tough year for the Steelers without Ben.
I
Without
don't
Big
know if
Ben.
you heard this or not, Brad, but Braun Strowman got, excuse my French, but he got screwed out of the match against Roman Reigns.
Because isn't one of the Paul brothers facing him at the next pay-per-view?
That's Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, right?
And Roman is going to kill Logan Paul.
You better hope so. You better hope so for the WWE's sake. Because if
I'm not-
Paul
I'm
wins
not-
that,
I'm not
Paul
a
wins
Roman.
the title.
I'm not
Paul
a
wins
Roman.
the title. It's going to be bad. Well, not going to be bad news. It's going to be good news for the internet hype and all the stuff that the Paul brothers. Where do they have 16 million subscribers or 20
Something
million
like that.
subscribers on YouTube? Something like that. They're one of the highest YouTubers on the format or on the platform. Yeah, they're. I've read something, Gerald, that they're going to have Braun Strowman rescue Alexa Bliss from Bray Wyatt. They're going to bring the Fiend back, and they're going to have Braun Strowman rescue her from Bray Wyatt. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But
Speaking of that, this past Monday on Raw, they had this QR code.
Okay.
If you scan it, it says who killed the world. And, you play it out and it says you did. And then it says 9:23 at 9:23. And also it says let me in. So
I think he's coming back. I have a funny feeling Bray Wyatt's coming back.
Yep.
So he's coming back tomorrow night at 9:23 p.m. on SmackDown. He'll come back. He'll come back. So that's the setup for his return.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
He
they
to
were
me,
playing a white. They also had this picture of a white rabbit.
yeah, I have a funny feeling that it's going to be him. He's been out since what? He cheated on his wife or something, and
Actually, is when Randy Orton is supposed to have burned him.
Oh, that's right. Orton was. That's right. You're right. Yeah, that's right. You're right. He was supposed to burn him, and it didn't play out like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, Bray Wyatt was one of those guys in the WWE, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think he got screwed out of a lot of title shots.
Yeah.
He was main guys, and he never got a title shot. He got one title shot, and that was it. I mean, he never got the pool that he should have gotten.
He didn't. He should have been up for at least a couple title shots.
Well, and to me, Gerald, too, I mean, he has one of the coolest ways to come into the arena, with the lantern and the dark. That is one of the coolest, theme things to come into, especially pay-per-views like WrestleMania, where the format is bigger, the stadiums are bigger. But to see him walk down the aisle with the lantern and all that was cool. And I don't know, as the Fiend, if he comes out like that or if he doesn't come out like that. I don't know.
And also with the Fiend, some parts of his gimmick is pretty cool when he's laying under the ring. Then then he comes up through the ring with his hand.
Kind of like the Undertaker used to do.
Yeah. You're
Right.
like, you started thinking, do I really want to go in this ring or not?
Kind of like the Undertaker used to do. Yeah. Yeah.
I would put my money on it that Bray Wyatt's coming back tomorrow.
And I don't watch it, Gerald, so I'll end up seeing it on YouTube on sometime this weekend. It'll pop up on my feed to watch it. Just seeing Peyton.
Yeah, I might have to check it out.
I'm gonna have to watch it to see if he actually see if he's actually gonna be back, or if they're gonna play it out some more.
Or is it Randy Orton coming back on 9/23? I throw that out there.
No, Randy's not scheduled to come back until after Crown Jewel.
He got hurt, right?
Yeah,
He
broke
got
his
injured, right?
shoulder,
Okay.
and he had to have surgery on it.
Well, it seems like one of the biggest rivalries right now is Seth Rollins and Riddle.
At
Those
the
two
next pay-per-view event, which is Extreme Rules, him and Riddle are going to have a pit match.
Hope Riddle kicks his ass. I do. I hope Riddle kicks his ass. Seth
And
Rollins.
the only way the ring is going to be surrounded with like a steel cage type setup. The only way you can win is by submission or knockout.
The Rock is coming. I heard that they want to put The Rock versus Roman Reigns in a future pay-per-view.
Yes, that's what I heard also. But y'all do know that The Rock and Roman are cousins.
Yes.
Right.
Talk about a family feud.
Uh-huh.
Is everybody said?
No, just kidding. Kidding.
No, but that would actually be a great match. Roman versus The Rock.
Yeah.
What would you do with the Usos? Do the Usos interfere, or do you leave them out?
That's it.
Hold on. Because
I think you have to have a man.
Yeah,
I think so too. I think the entire tribe has to be there.
And don't forget
the tribal chief.
Silos, whatever his name is from NXT.
Did he win a title recently?
Oh yeah, next.
He had to forfeit because he wasn't officially in the match.
Got you. Okay.
We put himself in that match.
Got you. Okay. Got you.
Browns just scored a touchdown.
I was going to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on me trying to get credentials for the Rays next year?
For what Rays?
The Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh, that would be cool if you could.
Baseball.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have time, guys, to go to all 41 home games. No way. I have a full-time job. I can't go, but I think if I can make it to one game or two, I mean, I would go to the games like when they play the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Dodgers.
Those are the 82 home games, 81 home games. You said 42.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus. Yeah, I'd be
going. It was a Lightning, yes, but
good job, Browns. They're up 7-0.
Yeah, I know. Ralph told me that he got credentials to the Astros, and he said he went to 30 games out of the 81 home games. So.
You mean the Houston
Cheaters?
Cheaters?
Get one home.
They were there. I went to the game on Tuesday night, the Rays and the Astros, and there are so many Astros fans there in the stands, man.
But how many trash cans were echoed in the stadium?
See, there's the thing. They didn't have any trash. I wish I'd have brought my trash can with me because
I kind of like one of mine.
They belong in the trash.
As long as you don't slap a player like somebody did Kyler Murray.
Right.
Ooh, yeah, true. Well, I guess Randy Arozarena and Yanni Diaz, two Rays players, got into an altercation in the parking lot Monday night after their loss to the Astros.
Here we go again.
They got into a fight with each other. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to try to go to, out of the 80, 81 home games, try to make at least 40 40 of those games.
Good luck.
I can't do all 81. There's no way I can do 81 games.
No.
I can't. I don't have that kind of time on my hands. If I was
Unless you're on the
retired
broadcast booth.
in the future, if we're doing this for a living and I only have to be on here 1 day a week, that would be a different story. But
Right.
that would be a different story. But
That'd be a different story.
yeah.
But, unless you remember the broadcast booth, it's kind of impossible to do all 81 games.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I wouldn't. I can't imagine going to the ballpark 3, 4, 7 days, 6, 7 days a week, every day, having to go there after work and do a game. Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
And some of the games in the afternoon,
You'd be exhausted.
4 o'clock.
I'll take that team.
Wait, what do you want,
I'll
honey?
take the team.
You want tea? Sure. Okay.
You'd be exhausted.
Tea. I like that, Lou. Good choice. I drink tea too. I'm a tea
Want a
drinker.
little lemon in it?
But no, I was mentioning something else, actually. So,
I'm a tea drinker. I drink tea in the morning.
well, okay. I came down with what today. So I'm trying to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, we hope you feel better, Lou.
Yeah, for better too, man.
I've been about 3 years.
Don't tell me you came down with that bull crap stuff.
Yeah, I did. But let me tell you something, guys. It had to happen. Eventually, it was going to get it anyway.
I think we're all gonna make it down the
Yeah.
road anyway. I think I think my aunt had it just recently, so I think it's just a foregone conclusion that we're all
But
gonna
my
get
symptoms are just kind of mild. It's just like a hacking cough and whatnot. It's more like a head cold than just full blown. Yeah. So
not as bad as it was when it first
It's
came to
not
be
as
back.
bad as everybody says it is.
Yes, it is.
of course, when I had the shot, I turned into a baboon for a week, and that was even worse.
Ah! He grew a third nipple. I remember him saying that on this show. I remember him saying that on this show after he had his booster shot. He said that. I remember that to the day.
It still hurts.
I remember him saying that.
It still hurts.
Mountain Dew. What about Mountain Dew, Rich? What are you talking about, Mountain Dew? Well, I got
Mountain
Mountain Dew.
What he was drinking.
Oh, I got you. Okay. But yes, no, I mean, Lou, I drink tea every morning. I like English breakfast and Earl Grey are my favorites. Strong.
Give me my sweet iced tea, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't drink iced tea. I can't stand iced tea. I drink hot tea, but I can't drink iced tea. And I live in Florida. Go figure. I should be drinking.
I don't.
Yeah. Go figure.
I can't drink coffee.
I'm
No.
not a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
No.
But a lot of
Why-
people drink it. So
Why-
go for it.
He loves iced coffee.
Iced coffee. I've never had iced coffee before, so I can't.
I had it once.
Any type of coffee, forget it. But now give me my hot chocolate.
There you go. Now we're
There you go.
clicking. Now we're clicking.
A cup of hot chocolate and a slice of pecan pie. I'm good.
Ooh, there you go. Now he's really getting good.
Now he's getting really good.
Now he's getting good. You are
Say that
slow.
for things.
LOL. I am slow. Oh,
What?
okay. Slow.
That's why I can't wait for winter to get down here in Texas so I can start drinking my hot chocolate.
Fall will be here before you know it. We don't get seasons in Florida. We get summer all year round.
Yeah.
That's what we get. We don't get cold weather. We don't get nothing. Our leaves don't change colors. It just stays summer all year round.
We're supposed to be starting our fall down here yesterday.
Cool.
And right now, at 7:49 in the evening down here, and it's 90 degrees.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
How's-
brutal.
All right. Yeah. There you go.
Because it's not 108 at 7:30.
That's true. No, that's
Hey.
true.
That's how our summers get down here. Trust me.
Let me see here.
Trust me, he's right. My sister-in-law's from Texas.
It's
Well,
82
put a-
here. It's 82 where I'm at. 82 degrees right now where I'm at.
Yeah, it's probably right around there where I'm at.
But I tell
82.
you what, I'm glad I don't live up in Las Vegas near the desert where it gets up to 115, 120.
That's
And
for sure.
40 at night.
Then drops down to 40 at night when the sun goes
Yeah.
down.
When the sun goes away and it gets cold.
I'll be there in February. I'm going to Vegas in February of this
Well,
upcoming
Lou's already got 3 foot of snow, so.
first time.
Ah,
Last time
Who's saying-
Austin seen snow was what, 2 years ago, dude? February of last year when we got 7 inches of it.
Give me that.
I saw snow in Adam's home state. Well, not his home state, but where he's living currently.
Yeah, my current state.
Current state. His home state.
Which is the land of confusion.
I was going to say,
Yeah, man.
confusion. I was going to say that.
Well, there's going to be a big college football game in Nashville coming, or in Knoxville.
This weekend.
Our snow down
College
here,
game days there.
the whole city
Same.
down here, it's like a ghost town.
Done.
College
Dunzo.
game days going to be there this week.
Down here in Austin, we get ice or snow, and it's like shut down.
Yep, we're done. We'll see you on Monday.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, just give me that cocoa with a shot of peppermint schnapps, and I'm right there. Let's get it going.
We drink that on the golf course. That's a golf course thing in the cold weather down here. We do
No,
that a lot.
Give me my Dr. Pepper and Captain Morgan, and I'm happy.
Yes.
Ooh.
There you go.
I'm next to a
There you
fan.
Okay.
I like Captain Coke.
But that's sweet and sweet, right? Isn't Captain? Correct me. I'm not a big drinker, guys. So
No,
correct me if
Captain
I'm
Morgan
wrong.
is not
Never mind.
sweet.
Captain
Okay.
Morgan.
It depends on what you get.
Yeah. My wife, I'll tell you an interesting story about her. I had a real bad sore throat one day. And
Okay.
I believe in the home remedies. Whatever, if you have liquor helps for sore throats.
Hotty toddy.
So I went up here to the liquor store and got me a fifth of a bottle like that of Captain Morgan.
Right.
Bought it home, opened the cap, chugged a little bit of it. Next day, I was feeling fine. Decided I wanted a mixed drink with Captain Morgan and Dr. Pepper. Put
Okay.
in there, and half the bottle was gone.
I'm pointing back because I'm guessing behind you is the culprit, right? The
Half the bottle was gone. I'm thinking,
The culprit's behind you.
I know I didn't
Jeez.
drink that much. My wife was sitting in her wheelchair, just laughing.
Oh.
Yeah, because she's the culprit.
I like.
But now I came up with a plan. Whenever I get it, I put it high enough to where she can't get to it.
Ah. Gotcha.
Sly dog, you.
I mean, I probably drunk maybe 2 capfuls out of it.
Yeah.
The next day,
Got a shot and a half.
gone.
Fuck off.
All right.
My go-to drinks are White Russian and
White Russian's good.
are mine too.
Okay.
My go-tos.
I
Yep.
either
Yeah.
go Morgan or Jack Daniels.
Oh, Jack's terrible. Much cheaper, much better whiskey.
Better.
My grandpa
All right.
that old nasty Thunderbird.
Okay.
I'm an Evan Williams. I'm gonna drink cheap whiskey. Evan Williams.
Adam makes drinks on his TikTok channel, by the way. You should go over
I
there.
do.
Yeah.
He does a great
Do,
job explaining
Who
things
remember-
on his
Who
TikTok
remember
channel.
growing up drinking this MD 2020?
Oh, good God.
That was dumb.
If I have a sore throat, I like a can of hard cider, or a bottle. It doesn't really have to be a can. A shot of a cinnamon whiskey, spoonful of honey, heat it up with a little bit of lemon, and mix it and drink it. It's like a hottie toddy, but I don't like tea, so I substitute
Liquor.
the hard cider for the tea. And you don't necessarily have to use hard cider, but I just like, well, if I'm gonna drink, I might as well drink it right.
Yeah.
I tried cider, but I like it. I tried it.
Yeah, I'm a hard cider connoisseur.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
You need to try some Mike's Hard Lemonade.
love
Oh,
Mike's.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Love a good Mike's.
Good stuff.
How about Twisted
Yep.
Tea? They advertise that on.
I like Twisted Tea. I don't like tea. Twisted Tea is about the only tea I can drink.
Yeah,
Okay.
my wife won't drink beer, but if I bring Captain
No beer,
Morgan
no
or Jack Daniels in the house, it don't last long.
Hard liquor.
Right.
She's a hard liquor type of girl.
Okay. I didn't even know it.
All right, so let's go over what happened last week in college football, and we'll jump to this week in college football.
Yes.
The number one Bulldog.
Oh, one thing before you do that, Brad.
Okay.
My NFL game from last week, the upset game, my blowout game. I mean, the game that I was shocked was the Jacksonville Jaguars beating the living daylights out of the Colts.
Absolutely.
That was unbelievable. I'll be right back, boys.
Bills beat the Titans didn't shock me. No, because we know the Bills are the team to beat in that division.
Yep.
But Jacksonville coming out and putting the hurts to the Colts.
Maybe the Colts aren't who we think they are.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm just sitting there like, okay. I didn't know what to think.
Rich says he drinks Heritage Brown Sugar Bourbon with apple cider. That sounds interesting. That actually sounds interesting now that
It's sickening.
I listened to this game on the radio on my way to Gainesville last Saturday as Georgia crushed South Carolina 48-7.
Yep.
And I'm not afraid to say this right now. Nobody's beating Georgia. I'm telling you that right now. Nobody.
Not even Alabama.
Not even Alabama. Georgia is in another atmosphere right now. They play. Their offense is good. Their defense is good. They play good special teams. They totally dismantled South Carolina. And I'm not trying to down the Gamecocks, but it just, Oh, I'm sorry. That was Justin that said the apple cider. My fault. I thought it was Rich. My
Georgia
that said that.
Georgia is in a conference of their own.
Yeah. It's going to be Georgia, Alabama in the SEC title game. I think that's the way it's going to play itself out. I really honestly can say that. LSU is not good. Texas A&M might be the one that may surprise everybody, but they bat a bounce. We'll talk about that game later down the scoreboard, but yeah.
I don't see any team in the SEC or the NCAA beating Georgia.
I don't either.
No.
Alabama beat UNL Monroe 63-7. Ohio State blew out Toledo 77-21. Michigan shut out UConn 59-0. I was actually on Adam's TikTok watching the game with him.
It's UConn. What do you expect?
Clemson beat Louisiana Tech 48-20. Oklahoma beat Nebraska 49-14. USC beat Fresno State 45-17. Oklahoma State beat Arkansas Pine Bluff 63-7. Pine Bluff. Kentucky 31-0 over Youngstown State. Arkansas beat Missouri State 38-27.
What propels the champions, the comeback kids, the underdogs.
Thank you. Washington beat Michigan State 39-28. Oregon beat BYU 41-20. Texas A&M beat Miami 17-9. Utah beat San Diego State 35-7. Tennessee beat Akron 63-6. NC State beat Texas Tech 27-14. Baylor beat Texas State 42-7. Florida beat USF 31-28. Wake Forest won 37-36 over Liberty. Ole Miss shut out Georgia Tech 42-0. Texas beat UTSA 41-20. Penn State won 41-12 over Auburn. And Pittsburgh beat Western Michigan 34-13 to round out the top 25. Any of those games stand out to you guys?
Arkansas.
What about the Texas and UTSA game? They didn't say nothing about that one.
Yeah, it's on there. I did say Texas UTSA. It was on there. They're ranked. The Longhorns are ranked. Yeah.
They beat it at what? 41-20?
Yeah, it was 41-20, I think was the final. They won by 20 points. Yeah.
No, actually, there was a game that was not in the top 25, though.
Which game was that?
That Texas and UTSA game scared me.
Yeah, it's the first half.
What game were you referring to?
Appalachian State versus Troy.
All that.
What a game that was. Ooh.
How about that football game? Ending on a Hail Mary. Hail Mary by Appalachian State to win
53 yards.
That was amazing.
Immaculate reception, part deux.
Yes.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got that reference, Lou. I got that one.
I knew you were going to go with it.
Yeah, well, Texas didn't play too good in the first half in the UTSA game. But in the second half, it's like they came out and just put their foot on the gas and went full force.
Well, I kind of expected Texas to come out and struggle a little bit anyway. You know, the emotional loss. You know, it wasn't surprising. And the fact that they didn't have a full letdown, I'm not too worried about it. Well, the game that stuck out to me like a sore thumb was Arkansas and Missouri State.
Yeah.
Missouri State had Arkansas on the ropes with 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and they gave up a 76-yard touchdown run and then a punt return touchdown. And Arkansas blew the doors off of them and won going away. But Arkansas, they've got things they got to clean up.
7-7 now in this game.
Bradley. Okay, thank you. I just switched devices on my phone now.
I think my surprise game is the game that I attended. Because I sat here last week and thought USF wasn't even going to put up a fight. They damn near won that football game.
Should have won that.
Should have won. Bad snap, cost them a field goal. 2 bad snaps cost them that football game.
Mm-hmm.
2 bad snaps on that.
Well, it goes back to what we were talking about again with Texas and Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, it's a culmination of a myriad of factors. You know, on 3rd and 6, they only pick up, you know, and I just for want of an example, I'm not saying that this actually happened because I didn't watch all that game, I was watching other games. But, you know, say, you know, in the second quarter on 3rd and 6, they only pick up 5 yards and have to punt. You know, they punt from their own 34 and it goes, you know, and they back up Florida to their 35. And then they subsequently give up, you know, a 6-play drive. But and Florida Florida moves the ball a little bit and gets some confidence. Florida ends up punting. You know, see a sequence of an inconsequential sequence of back-to-back punts. But what that does is it allows Florida to get a feel for how their offense is going to work. You know, a series of inconsequential plays is where you ends up becoming the difference in a lot of games. Where a yard here or a yard there or early in the game really ends up determining who wins and loses.
Right. I mean, I heard something on the radio on my way home today, local Tampa Bay radio, and they say that there are teams that are put in certain situations and they've never been there before. So they don't come through. And I'm wondering if USF is one of those teams where
definitely
the bad snap, the nervous snap on offense sent them back 10 yards. Then the field goal was the botched snap by the punter. I mean, because had they made that field goal, they were going to overtime. We were driving down. Right. We had the lead. Again, it didn't matter to me because I'm a fan of both teams. And I thought, to me, again, as I said in the beginning of the show, it was an absolute great experience for me.
Barn-burner, man.
And being a great game. I didn't want to see a blowout. I really didn't, and it ended up being a game. And
it was everything you want in a football game and more. I agree with that. You know, the moment can be too big, especially for kids who never expected to be in the moment.
I agree with that. I think that's USF. I think
had the
program been winning games, it wouldn't have mattered. But because they haven't been winning that much, put in that situation in that front of 88,000 people at the Swamp is a different story than what they have at home at Raymond James.
And I think this it also goes back to that idea of good teams find a way. And not to say that and USF, and let's be honest here, UCF is not a good football team. USF, I'm not sorry, I misspoke. USF is not a good football team. Florida is a good football team. And I think that's what makes us the difference. That's ultimately the difference in winning and losing is good teams find a way.
Correct.
Look at Alabama, Texas. Alabama found a way. Texas had them dead to rights. Texas should have finished them, should have buried them, should have kicked more. Score touchdowns, don't kick field goals. And yet, good teams find a way. Alabama overcame 11 penalties in the game. And I think that's really going to be, that's the difference in winning and losing and being Nick Saban and being Tom Izzo.
Yeah.
As good teams find a way to win. And when you talk about, you talk about recruiting, you talk about, paying players, you talk about the NIL, you talk about this, you talk about that. At the end of the day, it all comes down to execution.
Correct.
And you are what your record says you are.
Exactly.
And good teams find a way to win. Good teams find a way to win. Good teams clutch up in the moment. And and it can be a learning experience for USF. Where next time, next time when the pressure isn't as high, when the lights aren't as bright, let's say this week they play Louisville, right? And it comes down to a last-second kick. And it doesn't even have to be a last-second kick at the end of the game. It could be a last-second kick at the end of the half. They've been there on the biggest stage in college football.
Yeah.
In the swamp, in enemy territory. They know what it's like. They know what to do. And, it can be a real real turning point for the program.
Well, at the end of the day, again, I've covered the team for the last 5 years, and the one thing that the fans want is them to move forward. Don't go back.
Competitive football.
To move forward. And I think the Gator game was a step forward. Now, they don't need to take 7 steps back.
Right, exactly.
By Louisville,
right.
This week. They need to continue to play like they did last week. Maybe win. Maybe pull out a shocker and beat them. But if they don't, get prepared for conference play, which starts on October 1st. So get prepared for, our conference opponents and stuff. But I think good learning experience for them on Saturday.
And the thing about it is that you play to your competition. Louisville is better than USF, so you step up and you play better than you have all year. If they give Louisville the same game they gave Florida, it's a very winnable game for USF.
Yep,
yes.
I agree.
And this is why being a football fan, this is what makes football so special as opposed to other sports.
Right.
It's like, if you look at college basketball or college hockey or college baseball or college soccer, what makes those regular seasons less compelling is the fact that there's so many damn games.
Right. Yeah.
In college football, one game and you're done. Even if we look and we gaze our crystal ball in the future, and we look at, we're looking to a 12-team playoff.
Every game is vital.
Every game is vital. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even if you have 12-game playoff, it's the difference between having to come to Michigan in November.
Having to play.
It's the difference. It's the difference between getting to play people at the house in that first round.
Yes.
Or having to go to Southern California or Oregon, Eugene, in November or December.
Right.
And again, we can talk about that when that time comes in more detail. But how are they going to do that, right? Because they're talking about those first round games are going to be played on campus. It's going to be in Ann Arbor on December 17th or whatever day it would be. It's going to be -4 for overnight. Your daytime high might be 28.
If that,
I can't imagine. Of course, home field is important. I get that. But I can't imagine USC or Texas or Alabama or Georgia or, Clemson.
Yeah.
What in the world? They'll get destroyed.
Yeah.
And those kids aren't going to look at Steve.
It is now 13-7 Browns.
Of course, that's also part of the new bowl game, the Freeze Your Ass Off Bowl.
Right? I can't imagine. I can't imagine a Clemson or
It's a
a.
beautiful day. It's -6 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in Michigan, and I hope you came prepared with the long johns and 3 pairs of and 3 jackets and everything. Because I didn't. I'm broadcasting the game. Okay.
Hey, yeah. The broadcast, at least the broadcast booth is heated.
Yeah, see, that's a good thing about the press box.
Okay.
Well, I shouldn't say that because the one in Gainesville is out. There's no.
Is it really?
It was out in. Yeah, it was out in the. Like if you were a normal fan, you were feeling the heat. The good news about it is that night
It's covered.
He's coming in right off the field, so it was very nice to sit up
Now,
there.
here's my question to y'all. Is Mitch that bad, or is the Browns just that good?
That Browns defense is a killer.
Just
Yeah,
the
it
Browns,
has
they do.
It has been this year. All right.
Okay, so we'll start with
Oh, I'm staying in that one.
college football. Number 1, Georgia is at home against Kent State. The Bulldogs 45-point favorite with the over-under
Georgia.
62.
Georgia,
The points in the over.
Blowout City, Georgia.
The next game is in Ann Arbor as the number 4 Wolverines host the 3-0 Terrapins. The line is 17 for the Wolverines and 64.5.
It's what propels the champions.
I don't think that's enough.
It means constantly.
64.5.
Michigan, the points in the over. I don't think that's enough.
No.
I think Michigan's
No,
going to be about more.
Maryland's a decent team. Maryland's decent.
Maryland's a good bottom tier Big Ten team.
The next one, guys, is Clemson on the road against the number 21 Demon Deacons. Tigers are a 7-point favorite with the over-under being 55.5.
Clemson weight covers. And what was that over under again? 45? 55?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm gonna say the over.
Over? Okay. All right.
Clemson wins the weight. Clemson wins the weight covers. If it was a basketball game, I would take Wake Forest, but this is football, so I got to take Clemson.
Okay.
It's tough not to bet on the Deacons though.
Yeah, Wake Forest is a tough team. That's no joke. They're in North Carolina, Winston-Salem.
Right.
The next game is the Chippewas of Central Michigan on the road in Happy Valley to play the Nittany Lions. 28-point deficit for Penn, or they're favored by 28 Penn State. Over under 63.
Only 28. Come on, it should be higher than that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Taylor.
As much as I'd love to say fire up chips, it's Nittany Lions all the way. Speaking of the Nittany Lions, did anybody else see that Eli Manning video?
I did.
I need to send it to me.
That was so cool.
It was hilarious.
What was it? Max Power? Something like that.
Chad Power.
Chad Power. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Watch it.
To see him go back to try to try out for Penn State's as a walk-on player.
Yeah, he went undercover as a walk-on at Penn State, and they had him run it. They had him throwing balls, and it was really funny. If you want the link, I'll send it to you later.
Send the link. I'm gonna watch it.
It's a 6-minute clip, so it's not exactly the time commitment of the century. So
yeah, it's hilarious with what he does and how he comes up with the name, and then he goes and does it, and they're like, one of the. I'm not going to give it away. I'll let you guys watch.
Yeah, no, don't give it away. No, don't give it away.
The next game, guys, is the Baylor Bears are on the road in Iowa and Ames to play the Cyclones. So 2.5 for Cyclones, and it's 44 and a hook for the over/under.
Baylor and under.
I like Iowa State.
I was going to say, I think I'm going to take the Cyclones in this game too. I do. They're a really good Iowa State. They're a good football team.
Aren't they giving? They're the favorite, aren't they?
They're the
2.5-point favorite.
Yep, they're a favorite in the game.
Oh, it's tough. 2.5 is so hard though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they get the 3 points being at home. You can't technically.
Yeah, no, I get that, but it's so hard to handicap that game because I don't think that Baylor covers. I don't. I think Iowa State wins outright.
Okay.
Yeah, Iowa State, the points, and what was the 44 and a hook?
45 and a hook. 45
and a hook. 45 and a hook. God. I don't think it gets to 45. I don't think it gets to 45.
Okay.
21-17, Iowa State.
The next game is Rhode Island, who is 2-1 on the road in Pittsburgh to play the Panthers, who are also 2-1. No, I don't have any line or.
Pitt. Yeah, Pitt.
Okay. College game day will be on campus in Neyland Stadium as the number 24 Gators head to Knoxville to play number 11 Volunteers. Tennessee's a 10.5-point favorite. The over/under is 62 and a hook.
Yeah, who's playing?
Florida and Tennessee.
In Knoxville.
Give me Florida.
I'm going to take Tennessee because I had already picked Tennessee to win this game earlier in the season.
I don't know. I like Florida.
Okay.
That running quarterback?
I would love to see the Gators win, and if they open up the playbook and let Richardson run, which he did somewhat last week against USF, then it should be a win. It should be a win for Florida.
Son of a biscuit.
The next game.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
The next game is the 22nd ranked Longhorns are on the road in Lubbock to play the Texas Tech Red Raiders. The Longhorns are a 7-point favorite with the over/under being 61.
Texas.
Just cover.
I don't think we're gonna put up that many points on Tech.
What was the line? What was the score? Was the over/under 63?
Over/under 61.
Yeah, I like it. Give me the over.
The next game.
Adam, there's no way we're gonna put up over 61 points on Tech.
It's combined score.
What's combined score? It's combined.
Oh, okay.
The over/under is combined. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Give me.
I would take Texas all the way through. I think they cover, and then the over/under. Yeah.
I'll give me the over.
Yeah.
60.
Over 2 on that one. Now.
Yeah, like 31, 34, 31, 35, 32, something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Give me Longhorns to cover and over.
Mm-hmm.
Next game is Middle Tennessee on the road in Coral Gables to play the Hurricanes. Miami's a 25.5-point favorite with the over/under being 53 and a hook.
Okay, who's Miami playing?
Middle Tennessee.
Give me Miami.
Yep. Give me Miami.
Bounce back game from last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they cover, though.
Me neither.
25's a lot.
Cover it.
Yeah, 25.
I just don't think Miami has the offensive firepower to get there.
The next game has the number 15 Oregon Ducks on the road in Pullman to play the Washington State Cougars, who are undefeated. Oregon is a 6.5-point favorite with the over/under being 57 and a hook.
I like the Ducks. I like the points, and I like the under.
Yeah, I'm going to follow Adam on this one.
I agree with that.
Oregon.
The next game has the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes on the road in Oxford to play the Ole Miss Rebels. Ole Miss is a 21.5-point favorite. The over/under is 65 and a hook.
Ole Miss points over.
Okay. Ole Miss all the way through. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I mean, Tulsa's
I'm
in
going to
the
take Ole Miss all the way through.
The next game is Northern Illinois on the road in Lexington to play the Wildcats. Kentucky is a 26.5-point favorite with the over/under being 53.
Yeah. Wildcats over.
Kentucky all the way through?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Northern Illinois.
Why is that?
Illinois. Okay.
I'm going to go Kentucky all the way through.
Looking for an upset.
Okay.
Ups. Okay. Hey, there's
upset special. There's one every week, man.
There's one every week. The next one is Arkansas on the road in College Station. I'm sorry, they're in Arlington. My apologies.
Yep.
Neutral site game against the Aggies. Texas A&M's only a 2-point favorite, and the over/under is 48 and a hook. It's gonna be a tough game. Wow.
That's a great matchup.
Yep.
A&M all the way through.
Give me the Razorbacks.
I may lean towards Arkansas. I'm gonna lean towards
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
A&M's going to do it.
Arkansas.
I don't like either team right now.
The next,
Okay.
But
Let me explain.
A&M and Arkansas, that's going to be my upset pick.
okay.
I don't like A&M's offense. And Arkansas nearly lost to a
Missouri State.
SCS school. It's a tough one. I'm not high on either team right now.
The next game is Vanderbilt on the road in Tuscaloosa.
Forget it.
Alabama is a 40.5 point favorite with the over/under being 50.
No question. Bam.
Alabama gets the 60
all the
on their
way.
own.
Even though I hate to say it, Alabama all the way through.
All right.
Vanderbilt sucks.
Now here's a game that a lot of people are penciling in to maybe be the upset of the week.
Okay.
Okay.
Wisconsin is on the road in Columbus to play the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes are a 19-point favorite with the over/under being 57.
Oh,
They had talked about Wisconsin possibly being an upset. After
Ohio State,
Yeah.
Wisconsin covers.
Yes.
What was the over under?
The over/under is 57.
Give me the over. I'd love to pick Wisconsin. You know, that's a sexy pick,
Mm-hmm.
but Wisconsin got beat by the Cougars. So,
Gotcha.
Adam, I'm going to piggyback off of you on this one, too.
Ohio State just has too much firepower.
Ohio State.
The next game, UConn is on the road in Raleigh to play the Wolfpack of NC.
The Wolfpack,
38.5 is the line or the favorite by
over.
over
Yeah.
and a hook. Is the
Who
over.
are they playing?
UConn.
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 UConn and who?
Loser.
NC State, the Wolfpack of NC State.
NC State. It's going to cover and over.
Yeah, I agree.
The Kansas State, they're on the road against Oklahoma in Norman. The Sooners are a 12.5 point favorite with the over/under being 53.
Oklahoma.
Boomer
Well,
Sooner.
right here, we know every year that Kansas State plays Oklahoma like it's Kansas State's national title game. Kansas State under.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
The next game is Pac-12. Number 7, USC is on the road against the 3-0 Oregon State Beavers. USC is just a 6-point favorite with the over/under being 70 and a hook.
Ooh.
USC.
SC.
SC? Okay.
I'm going to take who's the other team?
Oregon State.
Oregon State. The Beavers.
I'll take Oregon State.
I'm going to Beaver.
The next game is the 3-1 in Wyoming on the road in Provo to play BYU. The Cougars are a 21.5 point favorite with the over/under being 50.
Cougars.
BYU. The points in the under.
The next game has the number 13 Utah Utes on the road in Tempe to play the Arizona State Sun Devils. Utah's a 15.5 point favorite with the over/under being 54.
Utah.
Yeah, Utah.
Okay. Then you have Stanford on the road in Seattle to play the Washington. Is it the Cougars or that? Is that no? Where's Washington?
Huskies.
Huskies. My apologies.
Huskies.
They're the Huskies are the favorite, 13.5. The over/under is 63 and a hook.
Huh.
I'd say
Give me
Washington all the way.
Washington and who?
Washington and Stanford.
I'm going to go
Oh,
Stanford.
yeah, Washington.
Oh yeah, Washington don't matter.
I want to see what the line is in the USF game. It is Louisville. They are a 14.5 point favorite with the over/under being 64.5.
That's USF will cover.
Both
yeah.
teams are 1 and 2.
USF will cover recover it, and plus get the win.
USF.
Wow. I'd love to see USF win. I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
I don't know confidence.
It'd be great to see.
Can we get Notre Dame and UNC?
Notre Dame and UNC. Hang on just a second.
It's gotta be the best game of the weekend.
Look that up. Is that game on TV on NBC?
It's on ABC. 3:30. Because they're in North Carolina.
Let's see here. That game is in Chapel Hill. The Tar Heels are a 1.5 point favorite with the over-under being 55 and a hook.
It's the most compelling game of the weekend.
Okay, so we got University of North Carolina Tar Heels
Mm-hmm.
At home against
the Fighting Irish.
Yes.
Yep.
I like what Mike Brown is doing with the Tar Heels.
Yeah.
He's got them playing hard again. Tar Heels all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the under.
I gotta go with North Carolina.
Sure.
Yeah.
UCF is a 20.5 point favorite over Georgia Tech. The line is 57.
GT.
Wow. How the mighty have fallen.
Wow.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I like. Is it in?
It's in Orlando. Oh, the Knights are at home. Yeah, the Knights are at home. I'm taking UCF.
Yeah, I'm taking UCF.
I don't know if I'll take the under. I don't think they'll score 57 combined points. I don't know.
No, I don't think so either. I think Tech can cover.
Yeah. I think
I'll take UCF in the under.
And I'll take same, but I take Tech. I'll take Georgia Tech to cover.
Georgia Tech to cover. Okay. So let's move on to the National Football League. We'll go back through last week's scores, and we'll go through this week's games.
And then my pick'ems on my show. Lou killed it this week. Lou won week 2.
Yeah.
Good.
By a handy margin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the overall standings, it's a tie between Lou and Adam for first place as of right now.
Yeah. Where we go, pal?
So let's
You
look
too.
at-
Congratulations. Congratulations. But I just got to say,
It's going to be between Adam and Lou on who gets the hour on my show. I got a feeling.
Cool.
So far.
So far.
yeah, still early.
So last
A lot
week
of upset, a lot of historic comebacks yet to happen to ruin my day.
Yes.
That's what.
Me, I went 5-10 week 1, then I pulled out and went 9-7.
Yeah, I was 9-7, but I had 4 games that were all comeback. I had 4 games in the bag.
And then
Then the Jets happened somehow.
There's no way the Jets are going to beat the Bengals.
God, I don't know, man. That Super Bowl hangover is no joke.
That's the way I feel.
no, it isn't.
With Joe Flacco, I don't see it happening.
Well, the Bengals have got to right the ship, and they got to right the ship right now.
Yeah.
Because they spent all that money and all that damn time in the offseason getting their offensive line squared away, and Burrow's is still getting killed.
Flacco's not your man. He's not your man.
Okay, Brad, I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
Real quick before we talk about the games, Boston Celtics head coach Udoka will be suspended for the entire season. Has been suspended by the NBA.
Yeah, we knew that.
Well, you deserve it.
I knew a suspension was coming, but I didn't know it was going to be a whole year.
Yeah.
Whole year.
Yep.
So
I thought they announced that earlier today or yesterday.
So that
Last
means
week,
that means he
we had
cannot
the-
be with the team and practice, training camp.
Nope.
He had to stay away from the team.
Yep.
So last week we had the Thursday night game. The Chiefs came back to beat Los Angeles 27-24.
And that game that was.
Jets beat the Browns 31-30. Lions beat the Commanders 36-27. The Buccaneers beat the Saints 20-10. The The Giants beat the Panthers 19-16. The Patriots beat the Steelers 17-14. Jaguars shut out Indianapolis 24-0. The Dolphins won 42-38 over the Ravens. The Rams won 31-27 over the Falcons. San Francisco won 27-7 over Seattle. Cowboys won 20-17 on a game-winning field goal. The Broncos won 16-9 over the Texans. The Cardinals won in overtime on a 59-yard fumble return, 29-23. The Packers beat the Bears 27-10. The Bills crushed Tennessee 41-7, and the Eagles crushed Minnesota 24-7 to end week number 2 in the National.
Speaking of that Tampa Bay and New Orleans game, Brad.
Yes, sir.
I don't think it's right that
Mike Evans
got suspended after Brady started that fight.
Well, here's what happened.
Right.
And I'm going to explain this to you because it's been explained to me on the radio. Had he been part of the play and not came off the sidelines like he did, I don't think he would have gotten suspended. But him and Lattimore have gotten into it with each other before. When Winston was our quarterback, Jameis Winston was the one who instigated the thing, and Evans got suspended. And this time around, Tom Brady instigated it, and Mike Evans got suspended. So both times back has been the one who's started it.
Lattimore runs his mouth and runs his mouth.
Lattimore got a 15-yard penalty in week 1 against Atlanta, and not one person batted an eye at it. Not one person.
He runs his mouth and he acts like a little asshole.
Yep.
And then he's like a Brad Marchand or a Sean Avery, little chirpy son of a bitch, who will run around and taunt and act like a fool, and then somebody else shuts his mouth and they get suspended for a game. He's all chirp, but he's got no bite. He's the dog at the end of his chain. He'll bark and bark and bark and bark and bark and bark and bark. But the second you take a step towards him, he's running away.
Yeah.
He reminds me a lot of Cortland Finnegan. Remember him getting into it with
Andre Johnson. Yep.
Andre Johnson finally set him straight. So
enough is enough. It beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, he beat it. Yeah, he did. So it reminds me a lot of those fights.
Yeah.
With the Texans and
Here's my question. I got a question for y'all three.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what Aaron Donald did in the training camp practice with his helmet?
Yeah, didn't get nothing.
How come he didn't get suspended for that?
Yeah, I wondered that myself.
Yeah, same here. He should have,
I really thought he should have been suspended, especially after the precedent they set by suspending Myles Garrett for 6 games.
Right.
Exactly. When Myles Garrett threw his helmet at who was that?
Mason Rudolph. He tore Mason Rudolph's helmet off and beat him with it.
Yep.
So, I don't know. If the NFL's anything, it's inconsistent.
Exactly.
The only thing we do consistently around here is our inconsistencies.
Right.
Yes.
So here are the NFL slate for this week. The Houston Texans are on the road in Chicago to play the Bears. The Bears are a 2.5-point favorite with the over/under being 40.
Chicago?
Houston.
Really? Okay.
All right.
I never went with
Lou's going with the Texans.
I never went with Chicago. I never do.
Wow.
You knew that upset early.
Battle of 0-2s in Nashville. The Raiders come to town to play the Titans. Raiders are a 2-point favorite with the over/under being 45 and a hook.
Raiders all the way through.
Raiders? Okay.
Titans.
Give me 1 second. Don't remember.
I don't see the Titans beating the Raiders. No way.
I think I have the Raiders too, but I have to look. Give me 1 hot second to find my pick sheet.
Devontae Adams has been that key to that offense for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Here we go. Found it. Yeah, I have the Raiders.
Okay.
I'm going to get my list so I can make these right.
Yeah. Right.
The next game,
I
the
got
next game is Kansas City's on the road in Indianapolis. The Chiefs are a 5.5-point favorite with the over/under being 50 and a hook.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Okay.
Yes.
This might be the game of the week at 1:00. The 2-0 Bills are on the road against the 2-0 Miami Dolphins. The Bills are a 5.5-point favorite with the over/under being 52 and a hook.
Buffalo all the way.
Buffalo.
Well, okay, all right.
Diane, how you got that?
The next game is in Minnesota. The 1-1 Lions are on the road to play Minnesota. The Vikings are a 6-point favorite with the over/under being 51 and a hook.
Minnesota.
I'm going to go with the Lions.
Minnesota.
Yes, sir. Okay. The next game is in Foxborough as the Ravens travel to play the Patriots. The Ravens are a 3-point favorite with the over/under being 44.
Ravens.
Baltimore.
Okay. All right. The next game is in MetLife as the 0-2 Bengals are on the road to play the Jets. The Bengals are a 6-point favorite with the over/under being 45.
Gang Green.
Cincinnati.
In green. Okay.
Cincy.
Green.
That's it.
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going with the Bengals because I don't think they're going to start. I don't think 0-3 start.
The next game is the 2-0 Eagles on the road in Washington, in Landover. The Eagles are a 6.5-point favorite with the over/under being 47.
Eagles.
I'm going to throw up in my mouth when I say this,
Oh.
but I'm going Eagles.
Wouldn't you throw up in your mouth either way, though?
I was gonna say, being a Cowboy fan, I would say it either way.
Oh, come on.
But hey, Washington don't scare me right now.
No.
Okay.
In the East, the only team that really scares me in the East right now is the Eagles.
Yeah, and I got Philly as well.
The next game is the Saints are on the road in Carolina. The Saints are a 2.5-point favorite with the over/under being 41.
Saints.
When the Saints come marching in.
Yeah, I think.
I go by that
They
myself.
beat the Panthers.
Yep, to beat the Panthers. That's right. The 4:00 games start with Jacksonville on the road in Los Angeles to play the Chargers. They are a 7-point favorite. Is LA, and the over/under is 47.
Jaguars. No, Jaguars.
Chargers, you mean?
Chargers.
Chargers.
Okay.
I'm not taking Jacksonville. Get out of here.
The next game is a divisional game. The Rams will travel to Glendale to play the Cardinals. The Rams are a 3.5-point favorite with the over/under being 48.5.
Rams.
Rams.
Rams. Okay. The 0-2 Falcons are on the road in Seattle to play the Seahawks. The Seahawks are a 1-point favorite with the over/under being 40.
Wow.
Sleaze bags.
I'm going Seattle.
Seattle.
Sleaze bags.
Right. The Green Bay Packers come to my town.
Yeah.
The line is actually even, so it's a push, and the over/under is 42.
Packers.
Tampa Bay.
Bucks.
I would say the Bucks. They have the Bucks have the better defense of the two teams.
Your father knows about saving money. Everything I'm wearing, I've had since boot camp.
Sorry about that. The next game is San Francisco on the road in Denver to play the Broncos. The 49ers are a 1.5-point favorite with the over/under being 45.
Okay,
Okay.
right here. I'm going to say something before I make the pick on this one. If Trey Lance was still playing, I would have to go with the Broncos. But since Jimmy G is playing, and we all know that Jimmy G is the Bronco killer.
Yes.
Look how many times Jimmy G has killed the Broncos.
49ers.
I'm going 49ers.
Yep, I got Niners too.
All right. And the Monday night game is also in MetLife Stadium as the Dallas Cowboys come to play the 2-0 New York Giants. The Giants are a 1-point favorite with the over/under being 39.
Okay, you said the Giants are 0-2?
2-0.
Wish.
Giants are
I
2-0.
gotta go with my Cowboys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like the Voids too.
Because our defense is just too stout.
They played a hell
Well,
against Cincinnati.
everybody steps up.
And also, Daniel Jones has not seen a defensive player like Michael Parsons yet.
Well, not since last year.
But Micah has gotten faster and bigger.
Yeah, that's generally what happens.
And Daniel Jones is going to be spending more time on his back, more times than never mind. I'm not going to say it, but y'all know where I'm going. It's going to be Daniel Jones.
Like that actress in that movie I accidentally rented in my hotel room 12 times.
Yeah, there you go. But Daniel Jones is going to be on his back.
Wow, that was almost a botch punch. Wow, okay.
But yeah, our defense, I mean, everybody stepped up against the Bengals.
Well,
but what's
you kind of have to expect that, though, don't you?
Huh?
You kind of have to expect that, don't you? When your best player goes down, everybody else steps up.
But
everybody else
too. I've been saying this, and I'm going to continue saying this until I'm proven wrong. Dan Quinn is the best thing that's happened to that defense.
Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt that he has Micah Parsons to throw out there every week either.
And then we still got Gregory out there.
Mm-hmm. Look at all the great defenses of the great defensive coordinators are only made better by great defensive players. Well, I think that the best defensive player, the best defensive coordinators are actually a product of great defensive players.
Well, Dan Quinn, he's just a natural. He's a better DC than he is a head coach.
There are some guys that are just destined to be coordinators. I think Dan Quinn is a prime example. Dan Quinn's a great coordinator.
Yeah.
Because Lou, you know this for a fact. Before Dan Quinn came in, our defense was last. We gave up more yards, more points in the game.
Well, and Dan Quinn knows what he wants, though.
But when Dan Quinn came in, our defense went from last to 21st, and we're not giving up many yards and many points in the game now. That has dropped.
21st is not what you're proud of you now. It's good, but it's not great.
Hey, I'd be happy with 20 just sitting dead last.
The thing about it is that
you want to do better than that.
Well, the thing about it is that to get to first, you have to move. You have to go to 21st. And then what Dan Quinn does well, what Dan Quinn excels at is knowing what he wants in defensive players, knowing what defensive players he wants, and getting the best players that fit in his system. And just to, as much as any offense or defensive coordinator can control a game, is having the confidence in your players to be able to just tell them what to do and have them do it.
And also, I think if the players don't like the coach, they're not going to play for that coach.
If the players don't trust the coach, I can hate the guy, till the cows come home, right? But if he gets results, right? We don't have to be best friends off the field. We don't have to like each other. I hate your guts, you hate my guts. That's fine. Don't care. Results are the only thing that matters in the NFL. In the NFL, football is a business. The NFL is the business of football.
Dan Quinn is getting results on that defense.
Yep, and as long as he continues to get results, the players will respond to it. You can be the most mean, rock gut son of a bitch who's ever walked the sideline. But if we get results, I don't think there are a lot of people that like Bill Belichick. I don't think Bill Belichick is a likable person. But he gets results.
And you brought up a good point there, Adam. Look at the player. Look at our offensive line. They don't like McCarthy.
Right.
And they don't like more. They don't trust those two.
But Dan Quinn isn't the answer.
Dan Quinn is the answer at defense.
And that's it.
But I don't see him becoming a head coach anymore.
I wouldn't.
You know, he.
And I think there's something to be said about trusting your players.
I said this before, Lou. You heard me say this. All y'all heard me say this.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers is the one that made McCarthy.
That's right.
Aaron Rodgers is an enigma. How can he be so damn good in the regular season, win 10, 12, 15 games a year in and year out, but in the biggest games of his career, he struggles? Explain that one to me.
Yeah.
How is he 1-5 in championship games?
Who, Rodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't done very well in the NFC Championship game at all.
No, he hasn't.
But when McCarthy was there, he was good. But the reason why I'm saying that Aaron made McCarthy is because of that Super Bowl win.
That's the only time that Aaron Rodgers won an NFC title game was under.
But now, what McCarthy's doing in Dallas, not a damn thing.
I mean, the thing about it is only one team can win the Super Bowl every year, you know? And it's the hardest thing to do is to win an NFL playoff game. I mean, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers had it on a tee for them, set up to go to the championship game last year. And they blew it. In the wind, in the cold, in the snow, in Lambeau. And they managed 9 points.
We had the perfect team last year to make it all the way. But it was that one dumb ass play.
But one play isn't a win or a loss. One play is just one play. What happened in the rest of the game? Again, like we were talking about at the beginning of the show, at the top of the last hour. You know, how many times did they have it second and 6, and it was an incomplete pass because Prescott missed an open man, and that cost them, that pushed them into third and 6, and they have to throw again, and Prescott takes a sack. We want to focus on that one play at the end of the game, the play that almost worked. We do. If the lineman hands the ball to the ref and they spot it and spike it and kick the field goal, we're having a totally different conversation.
Now, here's another question for y'all. Lou, I want your input on this too.
Yes.
Do y'all think that Cooper Rush is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott?
Not a chance in hell.
Yes, I do.
How?
But look, he has proven that can be a better quarterback than Prescott. Prescott has lost a step in recent times. So I think this was a better move. Cooper Rush did wonders for the Cowboys last week. So I really do think that Cooper is the better quarterback.
Now, here's the story that is coming from Law Nation. I don't know if y'all follow Law Nation or not on Facebook,
No.
but he's a big Cowboy reporter. He does a live show on the Cowboys. He said that Jerry Jones there may be a quarterback controversy in Dallas between Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush. But like I was saying on my show, let's say, when Dak comes back, go ahead and let Rush stay in there for 8 games and see what Rush can do.
Yeah.
If Rush can win 7 games, go with him the
You
rest
stay
of
with the hot hand.
Yeah.
No, go with him the rest of the year.
Same thing happened with Tom Brady and Drew Bledsoe. Tom won a lot of games, and they couldn't bring Drew back. It made more sense to stay with Brady.
Exactly.
First of all, you're not going to say that Rush is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. There's no way. Dak can move the pocket, and
but then again, like Adam was saying, in that game against the 49ers, Dak was overthrowing receivers, underthrowing.
I mean, how many rushing yards did
if you watch that game against the Bengals, okay, Rush hit everyone. He hit most of all of his targets.
But that's so deceptive because Rush is playing with everyone is stepping up. Everyone, if they turn the key, let's say they move on from Dak next year, right? And they move on from Dak, they trade him away, they cut him, whatever, right? And now it's Cooper Rush's key. He's got the keys to the Ferrari, right? And they're gonna let him they're gonna have him give him the job, and everybody goes back to playing like they normally would, where they're not stepping up, they're not fighting for that extra yard, they're not running their route that much harder, that much better. And now Rush is right in the same position as Dak was before he got hurt, and Rush doesn't have the mobility, he doesn't have the scrambling ability to make plays with his leg when there's nothing there in the passing game, and he gets hurt, and now you're stuck there with Beneducci.
Now we cut him.
I mean, who's the backup? Who's the backup right now?
It's it's Greer from
Will Greer. Oh, even better. Will Greer is the starting quarterback for 8 weeks because Cooper Rush got killed because the offensive line isn't trying nearly as hard as they were when they were trying to hold the fort down until Dak got back.
I'm not saying that Rush is a better quarterback than Dak. Now I just wanted y'all's opinion, but
Yeah.
Rush,
And I wasn't saying that you were saying. I'm just saying for the delusional Cowboy fans that you talk about so often, who are ready to ditch Dak Prescott at the first incompletion, because delusional Cowboys fans are a dime a dozen.
Rush is a solid backup. It's a solid backup quarterback.
And every team, you have to have a solid backup quarterback, a guy that can win you 5 or 6 games while your starter's on the bench, so that he can get right.
And also, nothing too. Rush knows that offense.
Right. But and then the onus is on Kellen Moore to tailor the offense around what Cooper Rush can do.
Correct.
Relying on Pollard, relying on Zeke, making sure that they eat, getting CD open so that he has somebody to throw the ball to, working the tight ends.
I noticed a lot of teams now have
Gallup's coming back this week too.
I've
Michael
noticed
Gallup
this
is
about
supposed to come
CD
back.
Lamb. The games that we have played so far, they have double covering Lamb. They put
Right.
2 DBs on Lamb.
Like I said, Michael Gallup is due back this week, so you may have
Right.
some relief.
Well, that'll help.
CD Lamb.
That would help. But I still want to see them put Turpin in that receiver, see what he can do.
Yeah.
I mean, because we all know if he gets behind a DB, he's gone.
Right. But he can catch.
Yeah.
He does pretty good on kickoff returns.
Yeah.
Totally different animal.
Mountaineers are up by 9 points in the third quarter.
It's 14-13 in that game so far, and it's halftime right now.
Any news? Did Pujols or Aaron Judge hit any home runs tonight?
Nothing.
No,
I think so far.
not yet.
Nothing.
The Red Sox are up 5-4, right, Lou? I think I just saw that on my
4-3. 4-3.
4-3.
Yes.
Okay.
So neither one of them have got it closer to their records, their respective records.
Yeah. Not yet. No.
Win it.
Because Judge is 1 homer away from tying Roger Maris, right?
Yes.
Correct.
1.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it tonight.
He might get 70.
No, they're in the 8th inning, aren't they? I would say tomorrow.
Yes.
He'll get it sometime this weekend against the Red Sox. Are they at home, Lou? Or are they in?
They're at home. They're in Yankee Stadium.
They're in Yankee Stadium. Okay, yeah. Then he if any place he should get it, it should be at home. I would
And
hope
against the Red Sox.
and against the Red Sox on top of that.
Come on, Cleveland! Don't let Pittsburgh beat y'all, because I got y'all picked to beat the Steelers.
Yeah, me too.
don't make me start off the week with a loss.
I know, right?
Oh dear.
Well, guys, we're down to the last few minutes of the show. Do you guys want to go ahead and say anything about your shows this weekend or this week?
All right.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I shall make an attempt to do the Enhanced Sports Show this week, Saturday 5 to 7 p.m. We'll of course we'll take care of the playoff chases in baseball, and we'll see if Judge will get a 61st and 62nd home run. We'll have the college and NFL predictions. We'll take a look at the President's Cup, and we'll also recap the WNBA Finals, much to my dismay, because Vegas won. Dirty, no good. So anyway, all that and more on the Enhanced Sports Show, Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Remember, that's East Coast time, 4 to 6 where Gerald is. Number to call is 512-543-4662. I'll repeat that again, 512-543-4662.
Cool.
It's been with that long.
Anybody else want to talk?
Yeah, I'll be hanging out on TikTok again this Saturday from noon until whenever I decide to get off. Just watching some college football. Come hang out, talk college football.
I'll be there.
We'll see you there, Brad.
I'll be there. I'll probably be donating plasma during the time, so I probably won't be able to talk as much.
Okay.
But we'll see what time I get back home from that.
Okay.
I'll be back by 2. I'm hoping to be back by the time the Tennessee-Florida game kicks off at 3:30. So
Right on. We'll hang out and watch that game together.
watch that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that game on Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Plasma because I have high blood pressure.
Yeah, I'm going to go donate. I did it before, Gerald. The only reason I stopped is the last time I did it, I don't know if you can see. I have to put my arm up to the camera. My arm was all black and blue because they broke the vein open and all the blood leaked out of my arm. And it went away, but I mean, it took a while to go away. But I did end up doing it, and I'm going to try to go back and do it. But I am going to go this Saturday and do it Saturday morning. I'm going to go Saturday morning.
They pay pretty good for plasma.
They do, and that's another thing that helps. You get benefits for that too. You should be doing it anyway, just to help people that need it. But you do get benefits.
I was able to.
I think they pay anywhere from $300 to $500.
I'm getting the first month that I'm doing it, I can get paid up to $800. So it's $120. Still, I mean, even $100. You know, you can go. You're there for a couple hours, and bam, you're at $100 richer out the door. So
if I didn't have high blood pressure,
and if it benefits people like you, Gerald, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. So
absolutely.
Anyway, guys, we will be back here again next week, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
It's been a great show. We want to thank everybody that tuned in either Facebook. This show will be
live in its entirety.
On YouTube. Head over to the Walker Report YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe. We would appreciate that very, very much. I know we had a bunch of comments last week. I kind of answered. It's kind of cool to. One guy commented that him and his family watch us. So whoever there, thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate that, bro.
Like that. We are sponsored by CreatingZenSpaces.com and Carrots. Lou, hope you feel better, by the way, too, man. You know,
get better.
Feel better.
I should give about 2 years.
But anyway, I am the sports star, Bradley Walker. I want to thank the men and women of our armed services and our first responders. I know there could be a hurricane coming my direction.
Oh yeah,
next week in the Gulf.
We are definitely watching it right now. It's staying out to where it is, but it is picking up strength and
Mexico toward the Gulf Coast. I think is where it's supposed to go sometime next week.
The models has it going all over the place.
Yeah,
we don't have a direct track on it right now, but I'm hoping by tomorrow or Saturday, Extreme Storm Team, which is my team, you can find us on Facebook. If Bradley don't mind me plugging it,
go right ahead.
You can find us on Facebook at Extreme Storm Team. We monitor 24/7, 365 days a year. There's always somebody on, so we always giving updates. But I'm hoping to have an update on this hurricane either Friday or Saturday on which way it's going to go.
Right.
Yep, because like I said, I heard the Gulf Coast, and it could come up the state of Florida. It could stay to the east coast of Florida and go up the east coast of the United States. There's
It could pour the horseshoe move. It could come up and just touch the tip of Florida, then go back out.
Correct. In Miami, yep.
Stay safe.
Keys.
Yeah, stay safe. Everyone that's in the track of that, please stay safe on that.
And if you want updates, please come over to Extreme Storm Team.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
Trust me, guys. They blow up my phone every day. Every day.
All day long.
Wall to
all day long.
All day long. Yeah. No matter when I
all over the country.
I'll wake up and there's 15 notices while I was sleeping. Yeah, they do a hell of a job over there. It's worth a follow. Go over there and follow them. And I don't care where you are in the United States. They will give you a weather update wherever you are. Your weather, they will let you know about it. They will let you know, hands down. Gerald and his team has got that on lock. So head over there. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much. We love all of you guys. We'll be back next week. Until then, guys, everyone, stay safe. Be well. Peace.
Good night, folks.
Got Prince Sunday. Oh.